Hey folks, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to go over 7 cheap upgrades for your trailer. While trailers often will come with a number of features that make them useful, they're usually lacking in a number of other features that make them useful. And today, for just $100-200 max, I think we can deck out the trailer to where it makes it more useful and convenient to use. And I think you'll see what I'm talking about by the end of the video. So let's go hit these upgrades. Hey folks, this is cheap upgrade number 1, which is a toolbox. Now they do make toolboxes that specifically sit on the tongue of many trailers. They have like the shape that basically fits the tongue, 2 slanted sides here, and then a flat back, and then a flat front. But I already got this one. I use this one on another trailer that I don't have anymore. And so I saw there's no point in buying a new one when I have this one. So, the good thing about toolboxes obviously is you can secure them because they have a locking mechanism. Then I have a little net here, WD-40, and basically the ratchet straps. And you can stick, tools in there, obviously, depending on what size, toolbox you have and how much tools you need to take along with you. All sorts of things you could put in there, but that is something I recommend anybody with a trailer have, is a toolbox of some sort. Okay, upgrade number 2. Goodness gracious, man. We are getting like rained on by acorns here. I mean, the acorns are all over the place. I mean, I wish you could harvest acorns and sell them. I would make a ton of money. Anyway, back to upgrade number 2, which is these little Velcro straps. These things are only like $4, and they come like 3 per set. So I have probably like 2 packages of Velcro straps here, and you can use them to organize your ratchet straps, because usually mine were not organized until I found these, and it's not like I just found out about Velcro. I just never really applied it to that. But anyways, you can use them to store them, and also when you have something on the trailer and you have some slack left over, you can also strap down the excess strap with the Velcro as well. I think it works really good. I've used it for a number of different things, but that is another cheap upgrade that you can add to your trailer. Even though it's not technically for the trailer, you can, these Velcro strips are not going to go anywhere but these ratchet straps. So to me, it's a trailer upgrade. Okay folks, this is cheap upgrade number 3, and this will run you, it was free to me because somebody just given it to me, but it was actually, I looked it up, and it's like 20 to 30 bucks usually. You probably get a little less or a little more depending on where you go. And I did have to kind of angle it a little. It's a hand winch, and so I had to angle it this way because there's no way to really set it up to where you have it long ways. So all I did was put it right here, put an anchor point right here that this is, and then the winch will go out that way. So basically I can pull up anything, and this is like, I don't know, 30 feet long or something. I don't know, maybe you can see I don't have my readers on, so I don't know, but it's way longer than a trailer, so that's not an issue. But I find this is helpful. Probably this will not be applicable for everybody, but if you ever buy old tractors or old things that need to be kind of winched up on the trailer, then this works really good. So cheap upgrade number 3. Okay, so you're looking at cheap upgrade number 4, and that is a solid color stain, which is what this is. It comes in a couple different colors, and you could even get a stain of your choice if you wanted them to color, sync it with whatever you wanted. You could probably pick out a color and they could do it. Now this trailer most of the time spends its life inside the carport, so it's not a real big issue, but occasionally I'll have some oil or some hydraulic fluid drip on it, so I can just wipe that up. It's not a big deal. And a lot of trailers do not spend their life well kept or indoors or in a carport. So if you're one of those people that has to sit your trailer outside, if you want to preserve the decking, probably a solid stain or even any stain will probably go a long way in making it last longer. I'd highly recommend it. Okay, so this is upgrade number 5. Okay, this can be had for about $7 or $8 at Home Depot. And all these little non-skid sections. I only used one package, which is like about $7 or $8, but then I decided, oh, I step in a lot more areas than just the first couple. So I got some extra and just put it like every couple feet on the trailer. And so, you know, that was a maximum of what, $14-15. And anytime I step on the trailer now, I can step on some non-skid place. I mean, because this can get pretty slippery, especially if it's wet. You know, nicely painted trailer like that is going to be a little bit slippery. So if you put that non-skid stuff on there, you're going to be okay. Again, sort of a safety upgrade, I would say, but well worth it. Okay, so then we have upgrade number 6, which is sort of a safety upgrade. As you can see here, I have some reflective tape in a number of locations right there. I think some of it maybe came on it, but most of it did not. And I figure any way you can have somebody see your trailer before they hit it in traffic, then that's probably a good idea. Now, having said that, I don't do a whole lot of trailering at night, but I have been out at night with the trailer on numerous occasions. It does happen. So it is just good to to make sure that you're seen and that people aren't accidentally hitting you and then claiming that they couldn't see you because you didn't have your trailer lit up enough. But I do have some extra reflectors there, and there's some other lights and stuff. I think there's these lights right here, but I think there's some sort of light up here too that lights up somewhere. Anyway, nonetheless, it's not a bad safety upgrade, and I think those were in a package of like $12 at Home Depot. Might have used 2 packages there too. I can't remember. I think I had some left over from something else. But they're only $12, so again, another cheap upgrade that can go a long way. And this is cheap upgrade number 7. A little less emphasis on cheap, as these I think were like $60-some for the pair. But I like to have them squared away to where you can, so where the trailer doesn't dip so much when you load, say, something like a tractor like this. So these had to be welded on. This comes black, but it has some welds right here on the bottom, up there. We have it right there. We did have to take off some grippy there and then put some new stuff on. Same thing over here, but it's plenty of welds to make sure this thing is stable. Oh, I gotta push that down. Make sure that stays. But anyways, all you do is clip these things out and then find the length you want. Now, if you're not loaded yet, like, you might be good right there, but by the time you're loaded, you're going to be squished into the ground. So you might want to go up one, and it does look like it's quite a bit off the ground there. But once you get the trailer loaded, it will be kind of like down into the gravel or wherever your floor is, and you're just gonna, I've learned to do that where I've had to take the thing off and then reposition the telescoping jack. So you just have to kind of play with that a little bit. But these are really helpful. Again, kind of like cheap upgrade number 1, a little bit less on the cheap side. Of course, it depends on which toolbox you get. But anyways, those are my 7 cheap upgrades. And then the future upgrade pictured here will be something that replaces this. And this isn't too bad. It is stabilized both up here and right there, so it is squared away. It's pretty tight. But the only thing about this is I have to crank the whole thing down. So you just got to go down and down and down and down and down. On the other one, pictured here, you can see that it is there's a telescoping, there's a pin in it, so you can, you know, take care of most of your drop with the pin and then make some fine adjustments with the crank itself. So that's why I think that's an advantage. It does say 2,000 pound capacity. I actually had that on another one of my trailers. There was a 7,000 pound capacity, and it was never an issue. So I was kind of surprised when I saw it again as a 2,000 pound. And that's the only one that I've ever seen that does that exactly. That's that shape and everything with the sort of triangle mounting plate. So in any case, I would, you know, recommend one of those. It makes things a little simpler. And also you could put a wheel on it, but of course you could put a wheel on one of these too and wheel it around as you see fit. Hey folks, if you got this far, thanks for making it through the whole video. And I hope this video was useful. I hope it was helpful in trying to make your trailer a little more useful, a little safer, and a little more convenient to use. Again, while I do come with a number of features, it always seems like every trailer I get lacks some features that I think should be, you know, they should go with it or come standard, but they don't. And I understand that there's only so many things that trailer companies can do, or items that every customer that buys one of them will use. So obviously some of these things, kind of like the hand winch, is probably not going to be used by everybody, but a number of these features could be used probably by pretty much every trailer owner. So anyways, if you like the video, hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. And if you want to see more videos about my vehicles, trailers, or projects I do, you can hit the subscribe button as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.